really doesn't like that. It actually mucks up the algorithm. Not that you really get you don't get a huge reach anyway, but I learned when I went to a Kerr and Ray thing, he said, whatever you do, don't edit it in the first few hours, because that's when it's trying to get its reach. And the other thing is, you know, people put up multiple posts every day, and there's, you know, they told us, like, I've seen pages where, every hour, you know, they're putting stuff up. But really, other people are saying you shouldn't do a post more than every 12 hours. That's just so confusing.
It is, isn't it? And it doesn't seem to, Facebook doesn't seem to have the reach that it did. It just doesn't seem to be working as well.
But in saying that, I will still swear by groups. And, you know, I did a little, like my low end sort of offer thing for $7, 100 ways to increase your visibility. And my client emailed me back. She said, out of all of them, which one do you think has worked the best? I said, having my own specific Facebook group for sure.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, good. You know? Yeah.
Oh my God, we're live.
There we go.
Zoom and Facebook didn't tell us that we were going to be live. So they've gone and changed everything, and that's the way we roll, guys. So welcome everyone to the Visibility Show. I'm Melissa Groom, your host, and you just heard me chatting to our beautiful guest here today, Leanne Clune, about ways that you can increase your visibility. And we're talking about the fact that a lot of people are saying Facebook isn't what it used to be. People aren't getting the reach anymore. And it is true when you look at your business page, and I see even a lot of big pages with a lot of followers, you know, unless you're doing sponsored ads, they're not getting the comments and the reach that they used to. But I will still go back to what I always teach my clients, is to be very specific in what you teach and have a Facebook group with the specific outcome that you are going to give people by being in that group. So our pages are still great for brand awareness and for credibility, and, you know, a place for people to connect with you in the initial period. When they like you on your personal profile, the first thing they do is they go and check you out on your business page. But anyway, that's a topic for another discussion. I'm going to introduce you to our special guest now, Leanne Clune. She is an international best-selling author and a conscious cash flow coach, and CEO and facilitator of the Radiante series of multi-author books. She mentors visionary leader female entrepreneurs to catapult their cash flow and manifest a new reality for themselves. With over 16 years experience running her own professional finance company, she has helped hundreds of clients save millions of dollars collectively. Her experience led her to see the limitations in the traditional finance system, particularly for women. This led her to create several cash flow transformation programs, including Creative Energetic Millionaires and Amplifying Abundance. Leanne lives with her husband and 3 sons on 1 acre of tropical paradise in the Gold Coast Hinterland. Thank you, Leanne, for joining us.
Thank you so much, Mel. I'm so excited to be here with you today.
So Leanne, how did this happen? You were in the finance industry, and I mean, obviously you've been surrounded by amazing women in business for many years, you know, going to networking groups and such. But what was that light bulb moment that gave you the idea to start doing, you know, multi-author books?
Yeah. So Mel, it was last year that I actually decided to write a chapter in a multi-author book myself. And I wrote the chapter without any expectations of what might come out of it. And it was written from my heart and also linked to my business that I do. So it was quite strategic. And I experienced a huge growth in my business as a result of that. My business tripled the quarter of that book. It was massive. And I attribute that mainly to the chapter. It increased my visibility so much. And I had people watching watching me on social media that I didn't even know were watching me.
Yeah. Yes. That's the thing, isn't it? A lot of people say, well, I'm not really getting the reach, but a lot of people do scroll past your content and they don't like it for whatever reason.
Yeah.
but they are viewing it. So
it's actually incredible how many people watch and don't like, comment, share. They silently watch. And I really found that when my husband, he went back interstate where we used to live in Western Australia. And one of the first things that some of our old friends would say to him is, oh, how's Leanne? How's her book going? And I had no idea they even knew that I was doing it. So it was phenomenal. Right. Yeah.
And so have you ever written anything before?
I have, Mel. So I used to do some articles on finance. I've had 16 years in the finance industry, and I used to do regular articles on finance in the newspaper over in Western Australia. And I've always been quite a blogger, and it comes very naturally to me, the writing. So that was another reason why it got to December, and every cell in my body said I had to add a publishing arm to my business, but not just any sort of publishing arm, a very niched publishing company that focuses on increasing the cash flow. So using my skills that I've developed over the years, the cash flow, the visibility, and the impact and legacy of female entrepreneurs in business.
Yeah. Well, good on you. I just want to, take my hat off to you to start a new business during COVID. It takes incredible courage. To start something totally new that you hadn't done before is just amazing. And it just goes to show that, we have to put ourselves out there and, try different things. And just, you've obviously pulled together an amazing group of people who've worked together to pull this off. How many books have you done now, by the way?
So I've written in 2, this will be my 3rd. So I'm writing in Radiante, and Radiante, Visionary Women, Igniting the Light in Others. This is my first compilation book. I've got around 23 women. A lot of them are actually from the Gold Coast. Yeah. And I've attracted, what I put out was I put the call out for women who are at the leading edge of their business. And I have asked them to write about some challenges that they've overcome in their life that are linked to their business. So I feel it's really important to be real and transparent. And I feel sometimes that when women are at the leading edge of business, people will look up to them and go, well, they're just lucky, or they just are really good at that. And it's forgotten about the challenges that they've had along the way, because we are all human and we all go through it.
Yeah.
And sometimes the higher up you are in business, the more harder the challenges can be.
Yes, absolutely.
So these women they've had their challenges, and some of them are absolutely horrendous. I've read some of the chapters, some of them made me cry. They're just, they've overcome such adversities, but that might have knocked them for a while, but they haven't stayed down there. They've picked themselves back up and they've kept going. And that's just so inspiring to read.
Yes. And it's important that we do share that it's not easy in business, and we often give up too quickly, don't we? When we come across challenges, we just think it's all too hard. But I mean, what are our choices? Childcare is so expensive. I know for me, with I had 3 children and they all had, special needs, so I couldn't just go and send them off to. Well, they did go to afternoon school care, but not full-time care and stuff like that. So, you've got to have these options. I think I read 90% of new businesses are being started by women, which just makes my heart sing. But we need to be able to support them however we can, and be transparent and say, look, there are days where you just, you want to crawl in a hole or you don't want to get out of bed or whatever. You just want to give up and think it's all too hard. But I don't think anyone has it easy. It's there's books out there, but every person has different challenges for different reasons. So we just have to lean in and find a support network, and talk to other women in business and find out how they navigated through their challenges. So it's incredible what you're doing with your books.
Thank you. I totally agree, Mel. And yeah, like today, as I was saying before, I've got my 5-year-old home at school holidays. And, you know, like we said, we're just rolling with it. I don't know if he's going to appear on the screen at any moment, but we'll just roll with it. And, you know, I've been in business since I had my eldest son. So he turned 16 this year. I'm a huge advocate for women in business. And I can't imagine how I could do my life now without running my own business. I just don't know how it would work. I can't stick to those corporate hours, you know. Both of my teens are very elite with their sport. My eldest, he dances 30 hours a week. So it's very intense, and he wouldn't be able to do that if I wasn't running my business, and neither would my 14-year-old. So
Yeah.
it's so, you know, us mums, we are so thoughtful of our family and our work, and it's incredible what we can do and how we can balance things, and it's not always easy. And I think that's what I want to get across, and particularly to women that are starting out in business when they do hit the hurdles, because you will, and that's all right, it's normal, that to keep going, and maybe it's a course correct, and it's a divine course correct, because that's what these authors are showing as well. I've asked them to go back and look at the pivotal points in their life where they were turning points, and how that now links into where their business is at now and what they're doing.
Yes, I love that. So what's next for you, Leanne? Or when is this new book coming out, or where can people find out more information about being part of one of your upcoming books?
Yeah, so Radiante will be published in August. We've just got all the chapters in with the editor at the moment, and it'll be published on Amazon in August. What we're doing is it'll go on to Amazon for 99 cents, and all of those profits will actually be donated to a charity, and it's a charity really close to my heart, and it's one that's going to create a huge ripple effect. So this book is so much bigger than the chapters and the book.
Yeah.
Charity is to provide microfinance for women in Africa to start up their own businesses to feed their families, basically, because they don't have the opportunities that we have here.
Yeah.
And quite often when life gets tough, the husbands just walk and they leave the women to fend for themselves. So because I've got a finance background, I really loved it. I loved that charity, and I'm partnering with B1G1, so all of the funds hit the ground. That's really important to me as well.
Yeah.
The second book, I haven't released a second book yet. So I've been working on another program, the Creative and Energetic Millionaires program, which is releasing shortly.
Oh, tell me about that.
Yeah, so that one is looking at creating wealth, but wealth in, I guess I should say abundance in over all the areas. So basically, in a nutshell, you don't want to be the wealthiest person in the world and the grumpiest person in the world.
Yeah.
What's the point of having all the money if you've lost the relationships and your zest for life and your light? You know, I have actually seen it in my work. I've seen people. So it's about having that balance between earning the dollars, but also having your health and your wellness and being a conscious leader.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's a real exciting one. It's a real passion project as well.
Yes, I love that. Looking forward to finding out more about that. So where can people find you, Leanne, and connect with you?
The best place is probably my Facebook group, Facebook page, Leanne Clune & Co. And there's a Creative Energetic Millionaires Facebook group, which you have to actually request to join. If you search Creative Energetic Millionaires, it'll come up. So
okay. And what are we gonna find in that group?
So that's just starting now, and that'll be some weekly videos, a lot of freebies and downloads, and then some proper trainings that will be coming out shortly that you can engage in.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much for joining us today on the Visibility Show. I'm so proud of you, and you're doing amazing things out there in the world to create that positive energy that we all really need right now. So thank you for being the hope and the inspiration for so many women in business. And I really encourage you, if you're looking to increase your visibility, your credibility, your network, and just be around supportive people, then reach out to Leanne on her Facebook page. And remember, everyone, to shine bright because the world needs you. Any final words from you, Leanne?
Thank you so much, Mel, and thank you for always being such a support to all of us women as well. You're also doing such amazing work in this world, and thank you for always being so supportive.
You're welcome. Have an amazing day, everyone.
Bye.
See you next time.